what it means is that it's talking about the place where he ascends to in heaven. He's not talking about physical Jerusalem, but a paradise location that he ascends to. Am I reading it right?
Yes, exactly. So
Well,
Moses took his people, went to Mount Sinai, ascended on high, took the halakha, came down. So he went to the heavenly Jerusalem, or heaven, as you can say.
So Moses is going from Mount Sinai and ascending to heaven, basically, which is Al-Aqsa, and then returning.
Exactly. Of course,
wow.
This never happened. This is
Yeah.
Talmudic rabbinic literature.
Yeah.
But the Quran takes a lot of this rabbinic literature, as we know in other places. So the Quran, you have that it says that the golden calf, it had sound. And it says that it was Al-Samiri, which is the Samaritan. Actually, this is, if you look at the old manuscript, it could be read as Samael, which is the devil, name of the devil.
Yeah.
So these are rabbinic literature. And it says that Samael, when he went into the calf, he started making noises to lead astray Israel. So the Quran knows the Talmud very well. So it is not strange that he takes this idea also.
Wow, I'm dumbstruck actually, because this should suggest that all of these passages have been taken from text that was originally devoted to Moses, and they have edited them, and maybe just through juxtaposition in sort of led people to believe that they were actually about Muhammad when actually they were about a completely different subject.
See, the Quran mentions Moses 136 times.
Yeah.
That's why when he said his servant, he doesn't name him because it's easy to assume. You know
Yeah.
who we are talking.
Yeah. Like if there was no, like there's only one mention of Muhammad, but if there was no mention of Muhammad, you would have to assume that they're talking about Moses, because who else are they talking about?
Exactly, and the surah's name was Children of Israel.
Yeah.
So what do you expect?
Yeah.
Now, I will move on to a proof that it could never be Muhammad from the Quran. As you can see, we are here interpreting the Quran using internal evidence only. Why? Because the Quran says so. And you can read this. Tell me, what do you think of it? This is in the same surah, by the way. This is the same surah, Surah 17, but verse 93.
Or you have a house of gold, or you ascend into the sky, and even then we will not believe in your ascension until you bring down to us a book we may read. Say, exalted is my Lord. Was I ever but a human messenger? Surah 1793.
Yes, so you see here, if this is Muhammad, which says, was I ever but a human messenger? Of course, they say that this is Quraysh when they were speaking with him, and he said, I cannot ascend into heaven, I'm just a messenger. So here, if we assume that this is Muhammad, this kills the idea.
Yeah. He's saying it's not possible for him to ascend because he's just a human messenger.
Yes, and here, as you can see, we read the Talmud now. We will not believe into your ascension until you bring down to us a book that we may read, which is the halakha. Remember? Akiva ben Yusuf. So here, this is the Moses story again. Why it could never be Muhammad? Because also you have contradictions. Was it a dream or was it physical? The Islamic sources simply don't know. See, the Islamic sources, sometimes it says it's a dream. So what is it?
Yeah.
There is no archaeological or historical proof that backs it up whatsoever. Yes, you may have that Muhammad went to Jerusalem some way or another, but it never mentions that he went to the seven heavens and he went to Al-Aqsa and went to Dome of the Rock, nothing like this. The inside mosaics of the Dome of the Rock does not have this verse carved, when it should be obviously the most important verse ever. What do you think? If this is the miracle, that you went from heaven from here. You should have
Yeah,
this verse as a mosaic.
yeah. They would have if it was meant to have happened in Jerusalem and so on, and this is connected with Muhammad. They would be boasting about it, surely.
Exactly. So why isn't it there?
Yeah, excellent argument.
The Quran never mentions it. You see, the Quran, it may be mentioned that Muhammad went from Mecca to Jerusalem. If we assume this is right, now we see it's Moses. But the other thing is the Quran never mentions that Muhammad went to the seven heavens, which is called Al-Mi'raj. This is never in the Quran.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, it mentions the opposite, which is the verse that we saw a while ago.
And also the other thing that's a key point is the fact that wherever you have similar phrases in the Quran, it's clearly about Moses. So we can only assume that it's meant to be about Moses again when a similar phrase is used.
Exactly. It's just so